Hey everybody, thank you for rejoining me. This is Big Benedict. We're playing God of War Chains of Olympus on God mode difficulty. So here's Zeus with his gauntlet that we're going to take. I like to call it the Power Glove, so we're going to be using the Power Glove quite a lot. And okay, so we have some Death Knights over here that we're going to deal with. I toyed with the idea of doing once I acquired the Power Glove. I toyed with the idea of doing a complete Power Glove run. Once I acquired it, but I don't think it's going to be practical to do that. It's just sometimes you just don't. It's very unwise to get close to enemies, and the Power Glove forces you to get close to the enemies because it's a close range weapon, meaning that you don't have the range that you do with the blades. So like when you're fighting ogres and stuff, you need to keep your distance. So it just didn't seem feasible. It was like a fleeting thought that I had to do a Power Glove run, but it would be interesting and definitely challenging. But I don't think it would benefit my guide much in any case. But I am going to be using the Power Glove whenever the need arises because it's a powerful tool. And when I first get it right over here, I'm going to upgrade it to level 2 right off the bat because it's a cheap upgrade for the first to get the first upgrade here. You notice when I upgrade it only costs $37.50. So I had well enough money to buy that. So the L1 and square button's really powerful, and this is harder than shit with the Power Glove. It's so hard. These enemies are so cheap. And I was making this purposely more difficult for myself by doing this with the Power Glove. Because, you see these guys, they have these shields here. It doesn't mean you have to use the Power Glove to destroy their shields. But that L1 and square button, you could even do it in the air like I did it right there. And it really demolishes these enemies. So I try not to do it too much. I try to do a fair fight and parry. But right here, you're seeing me do it. This is actually like 45 minutes into practicing with this thing. Staying in this area for about 45 minutes last night, and don't get me wrong, it was fun. It was fun to do this. It was just really frustrating because these enemies are difficult. They're just really quick, and they have this move where they like jab at you a bunch of times, like 5 times in a row, like really quick little shots. They get in on you, and you can't if you don't block it at the beginning, then you get hit. So like for every shot they hit you. And in an instance like that, you're just dead. You're going to be so close to death, you might as well restart the checkpoint. Damn, this is hard. I was really getting really pissed off. I was saying stuff like, just like fuck these guys because they're so cheap. But it's I don't know if it's fair to complain about these guys being cheap because I was using the Power Glove. I don't know. This is a tough game, and that's why I'm making a guide for this game because it's just damn hard. These enemy types are very difficult. So that's my mindset, and that's why I'm making a guide for this game. The only games I would have left to make guides for, as God of War speaking, it would be God of War 3. Although I've already done 2 guides for that game. I've already done that game twice, so I just never narrated it, so I don't know. And then the only other one would be Ghost of Sparta, which I've already done a guide for. I could speak over it, but so this is like the easiest thing in the world to dodge those spikes. And then anytime you see shimmering objects from now on that are kind of like glinting with a blue cast onto the object, that means that you need to destroy the thing with the Power Glove. So head on down here, and I equipped the Power Glove over here, but I quickly realized that it was going to be a mistake to think I could do a Power Glove run because these enemies over here, these harpies, they're not designed to be killed with the Power Glove. You need to hit them once and then drag them over to you. And when I say drag, you really do drag them over to you. It's like, oh man, you can drag these guys so far, as long as you make contact with them, and then you can get in the grab. So there's going to be 2 areas where we need to pull cranks. So the first one was back over to where I was in that other area. But first of all, since I'm very low in health, I'm going to see, let's watch how much health I get here. Just check out how much health they give me for one box. It's well, it didn't show it there, but yeah, well, it showed it right there. You see, I have less than half my life still. So this game on God mode, it doesn't even give you half your life back. That's hardcore shit, man. Even in God of War 2 on Titan mode, on the hardest setting, they still at least gave you half of your life back per box. But it looks like you're getting a quarter of your health back and a quarter of your mana back every time. That is hardcore shit. That's real. that makes me a little pissed off. But I'm also part of me that likes to think that this game is kind of too easy. Is saying that hell no, this game is not easy, because the restrictions that they're applying on those health and magic refills. That's pretty tough. So these guys right here, it also might appear that you need to use the Power Glove to destroy their armor. These guys are the armored Cyclopses. You don't need to. And this is another instance where I was, again, toying with the idea of should I do a complete Power Glove run? That is, don't ever use the blades from here on out until the end of the game, and not even then. But you have to stay away from these enemies and use the square triangle move to stun them, and that move right there, that's the strongest move in the game. If you didn't know, the triangle ×3 move, definitely the strongest move in the game, the move that takes away the most damage. So there's only one of these guys in here, but make sure you do prioritize those large harpies before you start to tackle this guy. And then once he is slain, then you can interact with the rock, and then you see the QuickTime button prompt was hovering over him, but I didn't see it, and I was trying to get him to the point where I could grab him with the O button to get more points and more health and mana back possibly. But it's an issue with this game because that enemy was too tall, and he was at an area where the QuickTime button, the O button, was hovering off the screen. I couldn't even see it. So, the biggest issues with this game is that we have arenas that are way too small for the enemies, the large enemies that they're throwing at us, and also some of the larger enemies. The QuickTime button events, you can't even see them because they're so big, and they're just out of the screen. So you're gonna notice a little edit here because I died, or I did too poorly and I restarted it. But what's going on here? You see another issue when you're flinging those guys up. You just have no range to hit them unless they're close enough to you. So if you die over here on these foes here, these shielded soldiers, they will you get a checkpoint. So that's why you saw the little interesting edit over here. So I love the Power Glove. It's awesome. It's like the Cestus Fists in God of War 3, although this is just like one boxing glove on your hand, so I kind of like it a little more. But I was actually recently watching the God of War 3 review on IGN, or it was on YouTube, but it was an IGN review, and it had 3 million views. And I was thinking to myself, damn, one of my God of War 2 videos has a third of that number of views, because my Ascension of Atlas video has almost 1.5 million views. That's crazy. I don't know how. I think part of the reason is because it has the word Ascension in it, and people are looking for God of War Ascension these days, since we're getting close to that release date in like 6 months. But back when I posted that video like 2 years ago or something, I didn't even know that God of War Ascension was going to even exist. I thought God of War 3 was the end of the line. And that was a long time ago that I posted that, so I wasn't like keyword spamming or anything. But I think that's the reason I'm getting a lot of views for that video. And so it's just definitely it's my featured video on my other channel. That's for damn sure. So I should have talked more about this, but here I decided to use magic. I don't like using magic too much, but I decided to use the Ifrit, which I currently have on level 2, to dispatch some of these enemies and just take care of some business, because I was getting pissed off dying so many times. So that's a cool move right there. You can do an evasion move where you evade and then you're holding down the square or the triangle button. It's not too terribly effective, but it is kind of a cool little flourish move you can do. So there's one more of these dudes, and you see how I destroyed that guy's shield right there. I didn't need to use the Power Glove. I'm looking forward to getting the Power Glove up to level 3 and seeing what moves I can unlock You definitely need the Power Glove for Persephone, the final boss. She's just very tough, and you need a strong weapon to deal with that cunt. But anyway, so let's see how much magic we get. Let's see. You see, man, this is a hardcore game for them to be so sparing with health and magic. I didn't even know that. In God of War 1, they give you all of your health and all of your magic back every chest. And then God of War 2, like I mentioned, they give you half. I'm speaking on the hardest. I'm not speaking of like on normal mode. I'm speaking of these games on their hardest settings. Anyway, I was looking for enemies. I thought some more were going to spawn over here, but they didn't. And then there's actually a really tough jump over here. So just kind of like run to the edge. You can't fall off, and then just double jump. And then that's going to be the conclusion of this video almost. There's going to be another fight in here, a very quick fight. But so there's a chain. There's one chain here, and then if you don't know how to switch also to toggle between the two weapons, all you need to do is press down on the directional pad, the D-pad, and then that quickly switches your weapons out. So that's how to do it. And then in this room, we need to go into that archway over there. But first of all, you want to take out these archers, and you're going to see some treasure chests that they kind of they put right in your viewing range, but they don't let you get them over here. So we are going to be getting those chests behind those that gate right there. But we can't get it quite yet. But we are. Don't worry, I'm going to be taking you through how to get those. They're actually really nearby. It's just it's not even a difficult thing to find either. So make sure you always kill these bodies over here. They don't give you orbs, but they do give you health. So always because it's health's very important in this game, especially if they're giving you so little of your health back every time. It's crazy. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and we're going to be moving on to the next section. Everybody, thumbs up.